Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Edith Thomas, and welcome back to another episode of Talking with E. As the summer winds down, we approach the season where book reading becomes a little bit more popular. So why not pick up a book from one of your favorites, local union authors? Joining me today is Columbia High School English teacher, Karen Lee Stradford. Karen, how are we doing today?
Good. I'm very excited to be here.
Yes, and we are excited to have you. I'm looking forward to all the insightful information you're going to give us today. So, I know you're an English teacher. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, I teach at Columbia High School, South Orange Maplewood District, and I am an English teacher, special education.
Nice.
Yes. I miss my students.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow is the first day of school for them.
Ooh, so you're preparing for that.
So yeah, so I spent the morning preparing for them for tomorrow.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm excited. You know, in June, everyone wants the year to be over.
Yeah, everyone's ready to rush out again.
But I was home and I did adjunct
Okay.
teach at
Where?
university, St. Elizabeth University.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I taught English there, and that was great. And I finished writing I put my second book out.
I know, we're going to get to that one later.
And it's, and after a while you start thinking, I'm going to go back to work. I start thinking about the students and, wonder, what they're up to, how their summer's been, and I start planning.
Yeah, definitely. So give me a little bit about your professional background before you became the author, before Columbia. What were you doing there?
Ooh. Well, I was a journalism major.
Nice.
Journalism minor.
Okay.
I was an English major, journalism minor. LDTC, Learning Disabilities Teacher Consultant.
Okay.
So I work with students who have IEPs in special education.
Yes.
So I was responsible for testing, meeting with parents. Then I did that, and I was a supervisor in a school setting.
So you have a lot of background with
Yeah,
children.
yeah, I do. So, but then I wanted to go back into the classroom, so that's where I am now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then what grade? I don't know if I caught that.
Well, I'm used to teaching in high school 9 to 12, like there's kids in different speckles
Different
around.
grade levels.
But this coming year, I'll have sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have your hands full.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. So you just gotta, prepare for it.
Definitely. And I swear teachers don't get enough credit. But you guys are literally holding the future in your hands, and you're like molding them into what we hope they will have the possibilities of becoming.
But they depend on us.
Very true. Very true. They depend on you, and I think the parents depend on you a little bit too.
Yeah. So I meet with the parents and students, and so this year we're going to have a conference period, first period, and I think that's great. So you get the temperature of the students, and see what you're working with, how you can help them. Instead of waiting until the end of the day.
Yeah. Start it right at the beginning.
Yeah, so it's a change. It's got to get used to things.
Definitely. So let's dive into exactly why you're here. We are here to talk about your first book, Raw, and I'll start off by asking, yes, it definitely deserves a round of applause. I'll start by asking that Raw was published in 2022, and it tells a story through a various amount of poems.
Yes.
What brought you to write such a book like that?
Well, my father passed away in 2021. It's October 10th. He, Eliza Stradford, he was a great, he's my daddy. So
no bias.
He's the greatest, and he's always there for us. He's daddy, he was doing, he could build anything, fix anything,
Made you feel better about it?
Yeah. You know, scraped knee, he would patch it up. You know, he was just daddy. So it was difficult because all of a sudden it's like, he's not here anymore.
Yeah, dad's gone.
You know, because it happened suddenly. You know, it's like, what? So instead of just shutting down and, you know, you want to grieve, but I'm grieving and I'm trying to find that outlet. So then I start thinking, when you're grieving, you start thinking of all these other things, like,
a lot of other things.
Why did this happen? And what, you know, so I started putting all my thoughts together, and and being an English teacher, you know, and I had poetry, I just wanted to express myself that way.
And that's a great way to do it. About how many poems are in the book?
31.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 31. And this is a way for me to express myself. So I went through, you know, the poem about him. Then I moved into my feelings about, it could be anything from like a breakup, concerts, like what I enjoy doing with my sister, hanging out with a friend, someone hurt my feelings.
Definitely.
You know, how to handle that. So you start thinking of all these things when you're grieving, like you just have this outlet. You just want to just let it all out somehow.
It's like your life on the paper. You're just letting your feelings, emotions.
It's almost like a rant, like you're ranting, but you're not ranting.
And you're just being extra clever with your words.
Yeah, you just want to get it out there. You know, let people know how you feel.
Definitely.
So, you know.
I like that. So, although your father's death is what inspired you to write this, there's a wide variety of emotions in each poem. Now, do you have a favorite poem in the book?
Well, my favorite poem, of course, is Daddy. You know, Daddy is my favorite poem. He is the reason why I wrote it.
Definitely.
And that poem is because it just details his funeral, you know, the cold casket with the light shining on your face. Yeah, so that explains what's going on, and then I move into describing him.
And I like that when I read your poems, they're very detailed into the surroundings, the feelings. So it's as if I get to put myself in your shoes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and that's what I felt when I read a majority of your poems, actually. It spoke feelings into me. It spoke the location. I could imagine it was this kind of day with the clouds and this, and that. And I really enjoyed that with the book, that I got to feel like I was in your shoes. And I don't know if you specifically wrote that for people to feel.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
and I wrote it wanting people to be able to read it and then go back and read it again. And some people do tell me that I read it the first time, but I went back and read it again. I'm like, oh, okay.
And I didn't notice this when I read it the first time, and I go back.
So that's, you know, so that's my purpose for doing that.
Definitely.
You know. But.
So I do have another question, and I'm gonna bring your mom into this. So I actually met you.
Hi, Mom. I know she's watching me.
She's a
Lillian.
huge fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She loves you.
Thanks. But I met you and your mother at one of our summer concerts that we do here every July, and I could just see in the crowds as I'm videotaping. I could see in the crowds you and your mother really enjoying yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Always, and you guys look like you're having a blast, a phenomenal
because
blast.
We're used to going to concerts. We go to concerts all the time, not just outdoor concerts. We go to indoor concerts. I didn't think. Living Color. Living Color. You know, we're friends with them. So Living Color, we go to them. And that's because of my sister is a big concert goer.
Gotcha.
So I go with her. We bring our mother along.
Correct me if I'm wrong. She's a musician?
My sister?
Yes.
She plays the clarinet.
There we go.
But she follows music like you wouldn't believe. You know, and she has a lot of friends in the music, the entertainment industry. So that's a good thing. But we just enjoy going to concerts.
Awesome. So one of the poems in your book is titled "Live Music Feeds the Soul." Yes, and you speak about feelings, senses, and that's what I was referring to earlier. You speak about feelings, senses, and just overall the description of that day. Just out of curiosity, was that day about one of our live concerts here in Union?
That one wasn't.
Okay.
That one wasn't. But that particular poem, it was a day where I didn't feel like really going out. You know, my sister, you know, she loves concerts. So she's like, oh, come on to a concert, outdoor concert with me. And I was like, oh boy. So I went, but by going, you know how music does take on a whole different, you know, life.
It changes your heart.
So I went and I just, you get into it, then you're like, oh, okay. You know, I felt
you
like
were feeling a little bit.
Felt like I was floating, and it was like, so it was nice. It was nice. But I go to so many concerts that you just feel different ways when you're experiencing different music. Like
Do you remember what concert that was that you were referring to in that poem?
I'm not sure what town that was. It was a town. I forgot what town that was. But I've been going to a lot of outdoor Union concerts. So my mother can see you. No, I've been going to a lot of outdoor Union concerts. And the last one was what was that? The concert that.
So which one? Because we had the Michael Jackson
we
tribute.
have the Yacht Rock.
Oh, the Yacht Rock.
Yes. Yes.
They were pretty good too. They weren't.
Yeah, so I think there's another one next week.
Do they?
I believe there's another one next week.
Okay.
Yacht Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Well, good to know. So we'll go more towards back. Now we're drifting off into music and everything. Next thing you know, we're gonna sit outside on this great day and put the blankets out and put some music on. But before we continue, we're gonna just have to take a quick short break.
Okay.
So guys, please don't go anywhere because Karen here is going to tell us much more about her first book, Raw. But she's also going to tell us a little bit about her next book. And I won't tell you that yet, so you have to tune back in. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Yay. Thank you.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. If you're just tuning in, I'm Edith Thomas, your host of Talking with E, and I am sitting down with Karen Lee Stradford. Karen, again, thank you for being here. We are having a blast. Of course, of course, of course. So if you guys missed out, we touched a little bit about her book, Raw, and now we're just going to dive in a little bit more. So I actually do have a favorite. I asked you if you had your favorite. Now I'm going to tell you one of my favorites.
Okay.
And I'd actually, if you don't mind, if you could read it for us.
Sure.
So the poem is titled The Fight.
Okay.
And this one was definitely words that I feel like I could connect to, I can resonate with, because not only myself, but probably couples all around could probably resonate this. So we'll talk about it a little more, but if you could just read it for us.
Okay. All right. The Fight. I said his name during our shouting match. I'm sorry, I know I hurt you. I had no idea my feelings for him are so strong. But you will not listen unless I raise my voice.
Because it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, and it just leaves you wanting more. It just leaves you wanting more because you can. I won't put my words out there for other people, but I'll speak on myself. Whenever I'm in a predicament, and it doesn't even have to just. So I don't know. Were you speaking of a loved one?
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't even have to be of like a loved one, a romance. It could be with anyone that you're passionate with, your friendship with, your relationship with. And you're heated in an argument and you're arguing about things and it's like, you won't listen to me, you won't get me unless I have to raise my voice to you. So tell me, what brought you to writing that?
Well, it was because of someone that I was with, I was seeing, and you could feel when something's not right and something's going south, and you argue, and enough is enough, but you really have feelings for someone else. You know, so the person doesn't hear you until you raise your voice and just say, that's it.
This is it. Yeah, exactly.
This
is it. So now, did you write this immediately after? Like, I got to get these words out. Or was this like a memory?
No, that was a memory.
Okay.
That was a memory.
Okay.
But it was a way of like purging yourself of things. Like Raw is just getting it by feelings on paper.
Yeah, raw. It's just straight from you. Nothing filtered. I love that.
So I was just, enough is enough.
Yeah, I get
So you just want to get that out there, but the person doesn't hear you unless. And I'm a quiet person.
You seem to be
I'm meek, kind. I'm laid back, but when I do raise my voice, people are like, "What? What's wrong with her?"
Yeah, is that Karen?
It takes a lot for me to get heated.
Yeah, I get you.
So when that happened, that was it.
Yeah, and that's how you knew.
Yeah, I like to go with the flow of things. But when it's it. So that's the purpose of that. But that was about a significant person.
Gotcha. So now, completely flipping emotions from to now Bliss. We'll talk about your next book, your new book that was recently published.
Well, Bliss is just focused on happiness.
Yes, I see.
Bliss,
just titled Bliss.
And as you could tell by the cover, I'm happy because you don't realize how blessed you are. I went through my emotions, but I know on the other side, although I love my daddy, but him, my mother, everybody, they would like to see me happy.
Yes.
So I wrote Bliss, and I just want to share the things that do make me happy, like the first poem. I try to describe what bliss means.
Okay.
You ever get you think of something like you're alone, and you think of like an accomplishment or a person, and all of a sudden you get a happy feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's bliss.
It's like a spark of happiness.
I love that. So these poems are more on the happier side.
Yes.
Still very emotional,
Yeah.
but more on the happier side. How many poems would you say are
This
in
one,
these?
I think is 30.
30?
This is like a poem shy, whatever. Yeah, it's like 30.
Okay.
But I try to think about the positive in life, the positive around me, contentment,
Yes.
you know, being happy with yourself. And I try to, you know, just embrace myself and what makes me happy.
Definitely.
And I try to surround myself with good people,
Definitely. And that's something
You
to
know,
do. Stop.
like good
Like
friends.
they say, smell the roses.
Yeah, good friends, family, you know. So that's the whole purpose of
Of Bliss.
that book. But I hope, you know, my poems have like a meaning behind them.
Each and every one of them.
Yeah,
The book in
a
its
meaning.
entirety.
Yeah. So, you know.
And you never know who your book is helping too, because someone could pick up your book and regardless if it's raw or bliss, and they could definitely relate to the emotions that you write on the paper so well. So well, I feel like you're able to get your words out there. And someone could pick it up and you can turn their day from being so upset and so angry with life to just stop and read Bliss. And now they're more appreciative. They're
Like I
more
said,
aware.
these are my personal experiences, so I hope that does help someone. Like you're not alone. Like I feel the same way.
Now, where can people find these books? Where can people find you? Where can people, maybe if you do book readings, where can people find these?
Well, Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble. .com. It's in some local bookstores.
Oh, nice.
They're like kind of splattered around. But I would say Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And are there any hopefully insightful book readings
The
to look
book
forward to?
readings I would love to do. I'm trying to get some lined up for this year, for this school year. So, you know, I would be happy to do some local ones here.
That'd be awesome.
So I would like to do that. But,
Now, do you also have social media? Can they find this on any website, social media?
I have a YouTube station. Well, if you put my name in, you can see some videos that I have done before. So I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would just
Look you up on
look
YouTube.
me up on YouTube.
On Amazon,
Yeah,
YouTube, and they'll be able to find them.
You know, and if they wanted to on Amazon, if they happen to buy it, if they want to, if they purchase, they can either do the rating that they do on Amazon.
Definitely.
You know, with the stars and the comments and, you know, whatever. You know, everything helps.
Definitely.
You know?
And
And
your
plus, I love feedback.
that's awesome. Because your
Feedback is
ultimate
great.
goal is for the people to be able to relate.
Yeah, like I like give my students feedback all the time.
Well, look forward to that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
start of it. Karen, thank you so much for sitting
thanks for
down with
having
me.
me.
Of course, this was a blast. I got to hear you read from your book yourself, and now I look forward to diving into Bliss.
This was exciting.
It was,
This
and
is
it was a
exciting.
pleasure having you.
Yeah, so now I can tell my mom that I met with Anna.
And thank you
Wow.
everyone at home for watching. I'm your host, Edith Thomas, and I always welcome back for anyone to come sit down and enjoy talking with me. I'll see you guys next time.
So,